Welcome back. All right, so final round has come and gone. How did I do? We're gonna find out. All right, so not really surprising. Um, I went 0-2. Yep, I didn't win a single match. In fact, I didn't even win a single round. Um, Not really surprising. Like I said, I slacked off in my training. What can I say? Like, if you watched the videos, you heard what my plan was, and I did not enact my plan very well. Various things happened, and I was lazy, and my results show it. But the important thing is, I'm not going to give up from it. I'm going to use it as a learning experience and move forward and keep playing. Um, I don't have any events coming up anytime soon, so I kind of don't have a impetus to keep grinding super hard. But I am gonna play. I'm gonna try to play a little bit every day, and just keep trying to improve. And as things happen, I will keep making these videos, and hopefully I'll be able to put up some results eventually. Right now, I'm thinking about maybe going to CEO later this year. That is not too terribly far away. I'm in Georgia, CEO's in Florida. I don't think I'm going to be going to E though, because just don't see that trip happening for me. I know it's a super cool experience. Everybody says how awesome it is to go and just be there and just the atmosphere and everything. But it's just expensive for me, so I probably won't be doing that. Let's see. Final round was my first experience, like with a Street Fighter tournament. So I don't really have anything to compare it to except for when I went to Magic the Gathering tournaments. And there was quite a difference between the two things. There's some reasons why there would be some differences, of course. Like Street Fighter tournaments, the organizer has to bring their own setups. They have to do all these things differently. Like for a Magic tournament, they just have to set up tables, set up numbers, and the TO is good as long as they get their pairings. That's another very big difference, I believe, is the pairing system, because almost all Magic tournaments except for the drafts are Swiss rounds. So you don't have to worry about seeding. You don't have to worry, like, not seating. I mean, like, seed, like you plant a seed. You don't have to worry about seeding because it's Swiss rounds. So it's not like elimination where your top players are going to be eliminated in the first two rounds. No, that doesn't happen with Swiss rounds. So there's that difference. Like I said, the setup difference. The general atmosphere is very, very, just like vastly different. For Magic tournaments, you have like the low buzz of stuff happening, but compared to the fighting game community tournaments, it is like almost silent. The fighting game stuff was much, much more noisy, much more hectic. There was so much like more energy and activity in at final round. With all the different fighting games going on. So this being said, now this is something that was told to me while I was on the floor talking to somebody while I was waiting for my pool, is they said do not compare Final Round to any other tournament because Final Round is kind of notorious for having some problems. One of the biggest things was pairings, brackets, pools, whatever you want to call them, did not go out until like midnight the night before the tournament, and then pools were starting at 8 a.m. the next day. So, like, they didn't give you very much time to prepare at all for your pool. Like, you just had to, like, what I did was I went to bed early. I was just like, you know what, I'm going to go to bed, like, I have to be there at 8. I woke up, looked at the bracket, saw that my bracket didn't start until 10, went back to sleep for like another hour, and then went to the venue then. But you know, gamers are like we're diehards. I mean, gamers are notorious for like staying up late and gaming and going out and doing stuff. So I could see that being a problem for a lot of people. I heard several people missed their pools because of that reason. Like they weren't aware that they were going to have to be there at 8 o'clock in the morning. I also heard some other disturbing things, and I can see it happening with my experience. The other disturbing thing that I heard was people being disqualified even though they were standing like right there, or they were in the general area where their pool or tournament was happening, and just completely missed their name being called. This is partly the TO, like partly the organizer of the event, because okay, here's another difference between, before I get into that, I'm gonna have to take an aside. Have to take a little aside here. At a Magic event, everything is very structured, and you know what? I've been to Grand Prix that had like thousands of people. Like I was at the first big Grand Prix, like that started shattering numbers. And you know, they had no idea how many people were going to show up, and they were completely overwhelmed. I've been in that situation with Magic, and things were kind of hectic there, but things still ran so much smoother, and the space for it was ginormous in Magic. And all the Magic events I've been to, like when they knew they were going to have a large turnout, the space was gigantic. At Final Round, they had tons of games. I don't even know all the games that they were playing at Final Round. Like, I know they had Street Fighter. I know they had Mortal Kombat. I know they had Smash. I know they had a different Smash. I know they had Tekken. I know they had Killer Instinct. But there were more that I don't know about. And for that amount of people, there was not very much room. Like, we were packed in there pretty close. And like I said, there was a lot more noise than I was used to at an event. So when they were calling out stuff, I could very much, this is going back to my original point, people were saying that they were disqualified even though they were there because they couldn't hear things being called out. They were asking people at the event what was going on, and people just, you know, just kind of dropped the ball. So this is partly the head of the setup problem, but there's also people, like, I don't want to bash volunteers because they were volunteering. You know, volunteers are awesome, but like, especially for my pool, the guy who was doing it was super duper quiet. Like, he was trying to yell, but he just couldn't yell. He couldn't be loud. Like, he was trying to cover he was actually like muffling himself even more by trying to do this. Like, instead of making himself louder, he was actually covering his mouth when he thought he was making himself louder. See, that doesn't project very well, and I could very easily see somebody getting disqualified because they couldn't hear their name because of that reason. And I heard a lot of people say that happened. That's not good. So it was interesting. I'd probably go again, but I don't know because of the problems that seemed to happen. I was very surprised because it was supposed to be a Capcom sponsored event. Like, you would think that things would be a little bit, I don't know, like grandiose, or at least better put together when they are sponsored by the parent company of the game. Like, the Magic tournaments that I went to that were big were not even sponsored by Wizards. So, I don't know. Yeah, it kind of bothers me. Um, I've seen lots of things. I think it bothered lots of other people as well. But it is what it is. I had fun. I wound up not going the last day just because I wanted to be comfortable while I was watching the finals. And being crammed in a little room with, 1,000 other people, I didn't think I was going to be comfortable there. So I sat on my couch and watched the stream, and it was awesome. So, but I am glad I experienced it. I want to go to more tournaments, obviously. So yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching, and more analysis videos will come later. Thanks.